Welcome back to this new video guide on Clair Obscur Expedition 33. In this video, we will see the best Maelle build for early and mid-game. Maelle is definitely one of the strongest characters in the game. In fact, the reason why I make this video is to make you exploit all her power. I will show you the stats, weapons, skills, Pictos, and Lumina to use with her. Well, let's start with the weapons. The best is the Medallum. As you can see, I don't have it. To get the Medallum, you have to use Maelle during the tournament before meeting Seal. If you missed that weapon, I assure you it's not a problem. The Brularum is also a great weapon. Try to get it to level 9 right away. What makes the Medallum the best weapon is its passive. That is, starting in Virtuo's stance. As for the 3 equipped Pictos, you should know that some Pictos, in addition to providing an active effect, also have a passive one. For this reason, I personally use these: Augmented First Strike, Energizing Start 4, and SOS Power. These Pictos, thanks also to their passive effects, allow you to obtain a bonus in critical rate and health. They are perfect from the beginning to the mid-game. As a Lumina instead, if you have between 40 and 60 points, I recommend you use these: Burning Shots, Augmented Attack, Energizing Start 1, Rewarding Mark, Critical Burn, Marking Shots, Dodger, Energizing Start 2, Roulette, and Breaking Shots. Now, since I have other points, I will add these other Lumina: Dead Energy 2, Sweet Kill, Augmented Counter 1, and Staggering Attack. These are the Lumina you need equipped. If you don't have them all, you can try to recover them, or put something else temporarily. It's time to see what skills to equip. First, I'll show you the skill set to use with the Brularum. Then I'll also show you the skills which you'll have to use with the Medallum. So the skills to use are Mezzofort, Rain of Fire, Swift Stride, Percy, Sword Ballet, Fleuret Fury. As you can see, I don't have Sword Ballet equipped, because at the time of registration I hadn't unlocked the ability yet, so I replaced it with Fencer's Flurry, because it deals medium damage to all enemies and applies defenseless for 1 turn. Anyway, if you have Sword Ballet, I recommend using it, but if you prefer to keep Fencer's Flurry to attack more enemies, that's fine too. Now let's move on to the stats. If you use Brularum, I recommend you increase especially agility and luck, but I recommend you do not exceed 45 points for agility and 35 for luck. I recommend you use a maximum of 5 points for vitality, while the rest of the points can be distributed between might and defense. If you use Medallum, I recommend you put only 5 points in vitality and luck. On agility, I always recommend a maximum of 45. If you are using Medallum, do not increase luck, but increase defense, up to a maximum of 35 points. Might will remain at 0. As you know, Maelle's fighting style is based on stances, which are 3: Attack, Defense, and Virtuos. Which is the best? In fact, your goal is to switch to the Virtuos stance as soon as possible. To do this, you will need to use these skills in this order. As the first skill, use Rain of Fire. This skill burns the enemy and will allow you to chain Swift Stride, which will allow you to switch to the Virtuos stance. Now you are ready to use Fleuret Fury. In case you do not have enough PA, you can use Mezzofort. This skill allows you to stay in Virtuos stance. Also, you can recharge from 2 to 4 PA, and so in the next turn you will be able to use Fleuret Fury. So after using Fleuret Fury, you can either restart the rotation, or depending on the situation, you can decide to use Percy while in Virtuos stance. It only consumes 2 AP, or you can use Sword Ballet or Fencer's Flurry, depending on which one you use. Now I'll show you some situations and how the skill rotation works. Of course, if you use Medallum, the rotation of skills changes because you already start directly in Virtuo's stance. So as a first skill, you can immediately cast Flurry Fury. Then you can use Mezzo Fort to recharge the AP. Afterwards, if the target is already burned and you have 6 AP to use Flurry Fury, I recommend using it. Otherwise, use Rain of Fire to burn it, and then Swift Stride to get back into Virtuo's stance. Unfortunately, I can't show you any videos for the skill rotation, as I don't own the Medallum as a weapon. That's all for now. If you liked the video, I only ask you to leave a like and subscribe, because in the next few days there will be other video guides, obviously on the other characters of the game. Thanks for watching. See you next video. Don't forget to subscribe.